and welcome to the 30-minute Tech Talk on Microsoft Forms. I'm going to share my screen. Can everybody hear me? All right, good. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, thank you. I'm going to share my screen. And you should be seeing the EKU homepage. And I'm going to look at my other monitor here. The easiest way the first thing I want to do is show you how to get into Microsoft Forms. Maybe some of you already know that, but I want to go to My EKU and go to Tools and Apps and go to Office 365. And once you get in, you get the Copilot chat, and on the left-hand side, you have various apps, and one of them is Forms. I'm going to Forms. And I want to show you the results of a form that I've used in the past quickly before we get started. This is a first day survey I do in my class, and the name as appears on the roster, the preferred name, what kind of computer, various questions I have in this form. And I want to show you the results of that. There were 80 respondents and various names, and 50 respondents on preferred name. And the computer, what type of computer they have, 35 or 44% said Windows, 37 said Mac, and 10% said other. If I wanted to get more details on the other, I could get more details, and I could see that various students have various other things, other types of computers. And other questions like that, but I'll close this, back to the questions, and go back to Forms on the upper left. And I want to show you how to do a form. It's very, very simple. Before that, there's some various templates you can look at: quiz template, registration template, research template. But new form, and you start with the title. I'm going to call it First Day Survey. And you can say whatever you want here, please. And start with different types of questions. So a multiple choice question. And the options. And for example, that, and call that a question, and then I can add another question. And this is a text question, so I can make it a long answer. I can make any question required, such as up here, I click on this question again and make it required. And click on this question, make it required. So they have, when they're filling the form out, they have to answer the question. Add another question, one more question, and make this a long answer text question, and make it not required, things like that. But that is filling out, creating a form is as easy as that. Once you get this done to all the questions you want, you can preview. And let me move the, all right, preview for computer and preview for mobile. This is how it's going to look. This is how it's going to look on a phone. So, and then there's the submit button at the bottom. After you have all your questions answered, the user hits submit, and the answers come to you in the Forms app. Let me go back and again, you can go back to forms and you can see that that item has 0 responses right now. But let's say I can go into that and get the hit the collect responses, and I can there's the link, and I can shorten the URL and copy the link, and I'll put it in the chat, and you can play with the form in the chat. Find it back to the chat. Or I can just get a QR code and let you let the user get their phone camera on the QR code. I can download that QR code and download the computer and things like that. Those are the ways to get the collect responses. You can also say anyone can respond. Does not require sign in. You can say only people in EKU can respond, and you can have the forms collection mechanism record their name, and you can also have it give them only one chance to do the form, one response per person. Or you can make a list of people who can respond, specific people who can respond of a list that you've entered. So those are ways you can get responses. And go back to forms and the one more thing I want to show you. Oh, I forgot. Let me add one question here. If you want a Likert scale question, you can get a Likert scale question, and you can say and things like this. Um, and then you can add another item and things like that, and that becomes a like yourself question that you can use in your form. So other question types are ranking, upload a file. If you have a assignment that you want them to fill out some information in some questions and upload a file, you can do that. A date field, things like that. And then one more thing I want to show you. I did a research survey. This is kind of an advanced survey, but College of Business users, Business 206 users, and a math anxiety survey and some demographic questions at the bottom, and got some responses there. And let's see. Are there any questions about Microsoft Forms? Open the floor for questions. I'm going to stop the share for just a second and see the gallery. Let me put that. I want to put that survey that I did in the chat. How do you pull your answers? Okay, good. Let me go back to the form that I have some data on. You take the view responses, and you can then see the individual responses, or you can open the results in Excel, open them in Excel desktop, or download a copy, and you download a copy of the results and open that in Excel or open an Excel desktop. And if you do that, That's going to open in the web version, but you see the results there. Let me pull this over. Oh, there it is. Okay, so there it is. So there's the results of that form. That's a good question. Go back to this, and oh, I'm not sharing anymore, am I? Let me share my screen again. So again, with that question and answer there, here's the results of the form, and you can download the copy of the results, and you can do things like that there. Back to view responses, download a copy of the results, or view in the Excel online app. Let me see if there's other, let me get off the share again and see if there's any other questions in the chat. Anyone have any specific questions? It's a real good tool for relatively simple and medium level surveys. It's a real good tool because it's integrated with Excel and the other apps of Microsoft Office so well. Google Forms is an option also, and other options, but this one is this Forms app is integrated well with Excel and the other apps in Microsoft Office. Anyone have any other questions? Let me look and see if anybody has seen that link in the chat. Oh, questions coming up. Okay, hold on. Can you email the forms from the form app? Is there a limit to questions or responses? You set the limits on the response type, and you set it up for multiple choice or text or long text, things like that. There is some limit to the text field. There is some limit to the long text field, but I don't know those numbers, but never run into that problem. Can you email the forms from the app, or do you have to put the link in an email? You can do you can do it either way. Let's see. Let me go back to that. Get back on the share, and you can go to view responses and go to collect responses rather. And again, copy the link, shorten the link, copy the link. You can embed the link in some other website. You can get the an invitation here to have somebody to certain people and send those first day response out to a first day survey out to certain people in your Outlook or in your Teams and things like that. So there's an invitation email to have somebody fill out the form. Stop the share again and look back at the chat. Is it possible to enter mathematics in the new form? Things like square roots, exponents. To the extent that you can type it up and get it into a question format, I'm sure you can do that. I haven't done that myself, but I think that's very possible. And again, new question and text, and to the extent you can type it up and have someone submit their answer in text format, that's possible. There's other things like branching. You can branch, have questions depend on previous questions, things like that. But let's see if there's any other questions in the chat. No other questions in the chat. Any other questions verbally or in the chat? And just to review, like I said, go back to your Microsoft 365 app, go to Forms, and in the Forms app, you have templates, you have import. You can import a form from somewhere else. You have new quiz, new form, or things you've done in the past and things like that. And a new form is basically starting with questions, doing various question types and things like that. All right, that's really all I have to show in the Microsoft Forms area. If anybody has any questions, we'll stay on and we'll do that. Other than that, there's nothing else for me to show. Anyone have any other questions?
No, thank you. This will be fun to play with.
All right. Yeah, it's a fun little app to play with and do things in. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.